Hi, welcome to Aside the Scary Mind of a Writer, and I'm Adina Leb, the writer. This is episode 32 of my continuing vlog series of self promotion and getting my name out there so that people will hear me and read my books. And just, yeah, that's the goal of every writer is for everybody to read their books and see how they think. It is a big ego stroke because only somebody with a big ego thinks that other people want to read their books and read their stories. And well, I'm a Leo. We've talked about this before. It is my thing, writing. I'm just pumped. I'm excited. I published the book yesterday. Finally got it uploaded. It took forever to proof that thing. And if you've ever done self publishing with Kindle or Amazon, there's a format and there are strict parameters on the size of the book. I never knew all these little things. I knew margins. I knew gutter and bleed and things like that. That is common with self publishing when you're putting it in any kind of book format. So my family is everything is available. I will put the Amazon link on there. If you have Kindle, it's also available on Kindle. And I'm going to read the very first couple of paragraphs. Maybe interest you. It was a lack of sound that awoke her, the sudden cessation of all noise. She was one of those people that came totally awake the instant her eyes opened. Years of working in ER, not to mention the fact that her kids always kept her in a state of high alert, had conditioned her to instant awareness. She looked at the alarm clock next to the bed. The familiar glow from her bedside was dark. Looking out of the window, she saw that the street lamps were still on. Great, she thought. The power outage was restricted to her house. Must have tripped a breaker. As she pulled it back the cover, she heard the stairs creak and she froze. The dog wasn't barking. Max, their mixed breed, God only knew what mammoth of a dog, usually slept at the foot of the bed. Alarms started going off in her head. The next stair creaked. She'd been after her husband Steve to fix the stairs for years. That was until their oldest son began dating. Now the stair creaking was a type of reassurance when he arrived home. Quietly opening the drawer of the nightstand next to the bed, she pulled out the 9mm that was kept at the bedside. She slid from the bed to the floor, the thick carpet muffling her movements. The next stair creaked. Whoever it was had to pass her room before they got to the hall that led to the children's rooms. She scooted on the floor until reaching the wall, then slid up, keeping her back tight against the wall. The door to her room was on her left side and slightly ajar. They never completely shut the door at night, never knowing when a child might cry out during a nightmare or sudden illness. The door quietly swung open, stopping at the wall, and she could see the silhouette of a man. He had a gun sticking straight out in front of him. Before her mind could take in much more, a rapid succession of pops came from the gun he was holding. The flash from the gun was enough to distract her for a millisecond. Shooting the gun with one hand so as to keep her back against the wall, she got off 2 rounds, dropped to the ground, and then rolled away from where she had been standing, the bed frame to her back. She heard the shot hit the wall where she had been. Jumping up from the side of the bed, she aimed her gun at the area the flashes had come from and pulled the trigger, hitting the gunman's center mass. He crashed against the door and dropped to the floor. Do you know how hard it was to do that out? When I'm writing it, it made sense. And then I acted it out and had to write down each line of what I did. Okay, I get out of bed, put that down. How do I get out of bed? Oh, I'm just going to slide out of the bed. All these things, I was actually acting out how I would do this to lay out the room in my head to mesh with the design of the house that I talk about later in the book. So my family is everything. It has everything in it. I'm not even kidding because this is how it evolved. It has car chase, it has murder, it has torture, it has love story, it has sex scenes. This is the book that I Judy read it and it hurt her heart. Some of the torture scenes just tore her apart. She said, I can't read it. The only reason she read it is because I wrote it and I asked her to read it and edit it. So, my family is everything is out there. Please pass this forward, share this video. Talk about my books. If me telling you that little excerpt, that's just page one. Page one, I've already got somebody, you hear her nagging about her husband not fixing the stairs. You know, she has kids. I really like grabbing people by the throat in the first sentence or two. I love it when a reader doesn't, when a reader just says, "Come here, let me have your attention and let me hold on to it." So, the cessation of all noise. You've done this before. You've heard the electricity go off in your house. You're, what? Okay, not my usual buzz. I'm not hearing the fridge run or whatever. And so you can relate. And that's one of the things I love about the characters is they are highly relatable, and their life circumstances, why extraordinary, because I've never heard anybody being in this circumstance. It takes you away. It makes you think, oh my gosh, this is just an ordinary person who's one step away from being me in this situation. How would I react? So I've been up late the last few days trying to get this format and truthfully binge watching a show. I've been attached to this show Haven, and it's really good. And yeah, but it ending. It only ran for 5 seasons, and I'm at the last season. And have you ever done this? You're binge watching something and you keep watching and keep watching. That happened to me the other day. I figured, yeah, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I look at the clock, it's 5:30 in the morning. Oh my God. I've never done that before. Just knit and binge watch TV. So that was my escape from this book. This book, editing, editing. And I've talked about this before. You're never done editing. Even writing this, reading this right here. Oh, I could have tweaked that word a little bit. No, I'm going to stop. It is available on Amazon. It is available on Kindle. Please share my videos, share my name, put me out there, and maybe somebody will want to be my agent and want to publish. Or maybe somebody can get pointers and say, okay, that's how I do that, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to copy this person's writing, so I won't do that. This has been Adina Lev at the Inside of Scary Mind of a Writer. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't like this video, thumbs down. If you want to ask questions, please ask questions. Share this video. I will be babbling at this camera again next week. Already on to another book, so progress there, right? Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Good Kwanzaa, Happy Solstice, and have a very enjoyable winter. Bye, folks.